Hello class. If you remember, yesterday we read the book Mexicali. Today, in our video center, you guys are going to watch this video and you're going to do a little game with me. It's a lot of fun. We're going to review the book Mexicali soup, and when we get to our key words, which are potato, pepper, tomato, onion, garlic, celery, and mountains, you guys are going to find that word. You're going to find the picture of that word. See, this is a potato. We're going to turn it around, and you can see the word, potato. As you get better at the game, I want you to find the word instead of the picture when I say the word as a review. Okay. The book was called Mexicali Soup by Catherine Hitt and William D. Hayes. All right. What happened first? First, Mama's walking through the town with little Juanita in a stroller. And she's thinking about what she needs to buy at the market. She needs to buy potatoes. Can you find the potato? She needs to buy peppers. Can you find the peppers? She needs to buy tomatoes and onions and garlic and celery. I want you to find all of those words. Can you do that? You have to find them again when I read them again. Okay. Who's this? I remember. That's Maria. Maria just got out of school and she wants to go to her friend's house. But she's going to ask Mama not to put something in the soup. What's she going to ask her not to put in the soup? Potatoes. She remembers that her friends don't eat as many potatoes because they're too fattening. So she asks Mama, please don't put those in the soup. And then Mama says that's fine, but she would rather have the potatoes. But for Maria, she'll leave them out. So Mama walks down the street. She's going to go get the peppers because she needs peppers for her soup. Can you find the peppers? And who's this? That's Antonio. Antonio is her son, and he works at the store that sells the peppers. And what do you think he's going to ask her not to put in? The peppers. That's right. Why doesn't he want her to put the peppers in? He doesn't want her to put the peppers because peppers are too spicy and people just don't do that here like they did in the mountains. Can you find the mountains? So he says, Mama, they just don't do it that way here. And Mama says, okay, I'll leave out the peppers. So Mama keeps going home. And who are these guys? That's Juan and Manuel. Oh, Manuel, he's right there. And they run to Mama. And what do they see in her grocery bags? They see tomatoes and celery. Can you find those? And onions and garlic. And they know from those foods, she's making Mexicali soup. Here are the onions and the tomatoes. Can you find those? And they say to Mama, Mama, here in America, they don't use onions. In the cafeteria, in the boys' club, and they don't use onions. And Juan's teacher tells him that things can always be changed and they can always get better. So maybe things are better without tomatoes. Maybe the soup is better without tomatoes. So Mama said, fine, I'll leave those out too. We're running out of things for our soup. Do you remember that from when we read it? We don't have very many things left in our soup. So Mama goes home and she looks at what she has left to put in the soup. No potatoes. Can you find the potatoes? No peppers. Can you find the peppers? Tomatoes. Mama pushed the tomatoes aside. That's good. Onions. She pushed the onions aside. Mama sat down to look at what was left. If we don't have the potatoes, and we don't have the peppers, and we don't have the tomatoes, and we don't have the onions, what do we have left? We've got the garlic and the celery. Let's see who else asked to leave stuff out. Who's that? That's Rosita. She comes into the kitchen and she says, please, no garlic. she tells Mama that she doesn't want garlic because she was out on a date and they didn't have garlic because garlic makes your breath stinky. And then, who's this? It's Papa! Papa came home! And Papa says, ooh, I know what we're having. We're having Mexicali soup. And he's so excited. And Mama's very upset. Doesn't she look angry? She's angry. And she says to Papa, what are you going to ask to leave out? The celery? Can you find the celery? And Papa says, what celery? It's a bit of nothing. You can leave it in or put it out. It makes no difference. So, Mama sends everybody out of the kitchen and they're sitting in the living room. And she makes the soup the way they asked. And then she calls them to the dinner table and they're sitting down. What do they have? They all have their bowls and there's steam coming out. Uh-oh, they don't look happy, do they? They said it doesn't look like Mexicali soup. It doesn't smell like Mexicali soup. It doesn't taste like Mexicali soup. And then Rosie, she gets mad. She says, it's not Mexicali soup. Mama smiled and tells them, I made it just the way you wanted it. I left out the potatoes that Maria doesn't want. See potato? I left out the peppers that Antonio doesn't want. I left out the tomatoes that Juan doesn't want. I left out the onions that Manuel doesn't want. Sorry, there you go. I left out the garlic for Rosita. Garlic. Ah, that's upside down. Garlic, there you go. And for Papa, I left out the celery. The new Mexicali soup. So simple, so quick, so easy to make. You just leave everything out. And here in this picture, what do you see everybody doing? They're all helping her put in the things that they said to leave out. See? Rosita's cutting up the garlic to put in. Manuel has the tomatoes. Antonio has the peppers. Papa has the celery. He's hiding. He has the onion right there. They're all going to put in the things that they said to leave out. Did you like that book? I like that book. Did you find all of the vegetables? Good job.